What did contractions really feel like? During labor, your body is not your body. Oh. If you are pregnant or you're about to get pregnant and you're wondering what labor and delivery feels like, you've been hearing stories about labor and delivery, and you've been having questions in your heart about labor and delivery, I've come to give you those answers. So if this is the kind of content you like to watch, please just stick around to the end. My name is Uzochukwu Onyeka, and I'm a new mom based in Onitsha, Anambra State. And I'm going to be giving you guys motherhood, lifestyle, and all the good stuff. So let's just head right into the video. If you see me looking down at my phone, it's because the questions are here. The number one question is, did you poop during labor? And did anyone tell you? Okay, when I was during labor, I did not poop, oh, but did I feel like pooping? Yes, I felt like pooping a lot of times, especially when we're already like 8 cm, 9 cm. That feeling, I felt like I wanted to poop. But the one thing I know I did was I pee. Yeah, I remember when the nurse told me, push. As I used that force to push, you see the splash of the flash of pee that came out of my body. The nurse had to use you see cataract to put it in my bladder to remove all the urine. So I did not poop, but I peed. So the second question is, what did contractions really feel like? Be honest. Okay, contraction. Let me explain what I think contraction looks like. So the way I felt when I was contracting, it will feel like it used to build up. It's not just a one-time feeling. So it felt like this very strong chain, that chain that they used to use at lock house. Yes, that kind of chain. So as if they tied it on my waist, I felt it on my waist, and then they're now dragging the chain, dragging it, dragging it, dragging. Then when it feels like your waist is about to snap, like your waist is about to break, then start releasing to reduce. Then maybe after I was induced, so I'm giving you based on my induction experience. Induction labor is back to back. So when the thing will reduce, before 1 minute or 2 minutes, it will start stretching again. Body requires you. It's not easy. Let's go to our question number three. At any point, did you regret getting pregnant? No, I looked for this baby, so I didn't. Number four, did you scream or lose control during labor? Now, before I went into labor, while I was pregnant, I did a whole lot of research on how to make my labor easier for me. And one thing that I know helped me was breathing. And aside from breathing, comb, when that labor, remember I said it will feel like it's stretching. The chain is stretching on your bone, like tying you. When you are feeling that kind of pain, just hold a comb, like apply that pressure, don't scream, because I realize that the more you shout, it's slowing down your labor. So don't shout, just put that pressure on that comb, hold it very very well, and it's going to help you. Because I labored for about 6 hours plus as a first time mom that was induced. You know that it's not that long. Shouting is not going to help you. You have to be strategic. I know it's very painful, but take it from me, I'm a first time mom, but I practice that breathing exercise. At the beginning of the contraction, it's easier, but towards the end, it's hard to breathe at that time. So that is when that comb will come in. Or if you have someone close to you, for me, it was my mom. Once the contraction starts, I'll use this hand to hold the comb. I'll use my left hand to hold my mom's hand, and I'll go through that contraction pain. And that was just it. Was there a moment you felt like you wouldn't do it anymore? Yes. You see, from that 8 cm dilated, I felt like I felt that way. I don't know why, but it felt so much more difficult at 8 cm. I started begging the nurses. I was like, please, please come and help me, come and check me, because I was so desperate to get to 10 cm. But there was something I discovered that day. The nurses were, was it the nurse? Or I can't remember who said it at this point. But there was a lady that was saying that you don't have to get to 10 cm, that she did not give it to one of her child at 10 cm, that the cervix was already complete. In fact, I can't really understand. But it wasn't 10 cm, but before 10 cm, the cervix was already fully open. But for me, I got to 10 cm because at 8 cm, they told me it remains small. And if they tell me to push that time, if it tear my cervix, it's going to make me end up in the theater. And what's the point of getting to that point if I'm still going to end up in the theater? So, next question. Did you tear? How bad was it and how did it heal? Yeah, I had a first degree tear. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. They did not give me episiotomy. It was a natural tear. My baby's shoulders gave me the tear. Her shoulders were big and she was a big baby, 4 kg. So the healing was not easy. Oh. Mm-mm. Maybe I'll make a video on that. It took me 6 weeks to heal, and that 6 weeks doesn't mean it healed completely, but at least I could go out easily and but you see that first 5 weeks, it was difficult though. Ah, it was very difficult. And what is strange is that the healing was one day. Like I just woke up one day and noticed I stopped feeling pain. The lady that we gave birth just few hours apart, she said the same thing. So I don't know if it's my hospital technique. She gave birth before me, like almost 24 hours before me. And let's say she recovered, she told me, oh, I woke up and I was not feeling pain today. And the next day I experienced the same thing. So I don't know the logic behind that. Next question is, what actually comes out besides the baby? Okay, amniotic fluid, the placenta, and blood. Lots of blood. Yeah, just prepare your mind that you will bleed a lot and it's normal. Okay. The next question is, how much blood is too much blood? To be honest, I don't know, but I know I bled well that day because this maternity pad they will ask us to buy if you're in Nigeria. I got about four of those pads and they finished almost three. I think the third one, so just remaining like two inside. So you can imagine the amount of blood they cleaned from my body. It was a lot. The next question is, did you recognize your body after delivery? Not really. Let's go to the next question. Did you poop, fart, or do anything embarrassing during labor? I did not poop. Did I fart? I can't remember. But I vomit. I vomit, yes. I vomit during labor. But I did not find it embarrassing. I was already going through a lot at that point in time. Were there strangers seeing your whole body? During labor, your body is not your body. Oh. This is how you open your leg like this. You go open them. In fact, at the beginning you'll be feeling shame, you'll be feeling shy, like let them not say, because my doctor was a man, but all the nurses were women. So I was feeling somehow that this doctor will see my buttocks. But when I got to like 7, 8 cm, hmm, I was the one begging the doctor to come and check me. By the time the labor don't show me pepper. Did you get an epidural or go natural? And would you do it again? I went natural, but would I recommend? Mm-mm. I've not tried epidural before, but ah, labor pain is not easy. Oh, it's not. So it depends on your pain threshold. If you can bear pain, go for it. But if you can't, please just use the epidural. There's no reward for suffer. I beg. The only reason why I did not take the epidural was I had a lot of side effects. But at the same time, the koko is baby alive, mother alive, baby healthy, mother healthy. The method doesn't really matter. Okay. Then the next one is, what was the most painful part? Contractions, pushing, or after birth? Hmm. So the best way for me to answer this question is to give it hierarchy. Now, what I feel is the most painful, number one, is contraction. Ah, contraction is painful. It is. And you know the funny part? Pushing is actually the easiest part. Yes, for me, oh, pushing the baby was the easiest part for me. Contraction was painful. Cleaning me up after delivery, very painful. Checking how many cm dilated I am while I was contracting, also very painful. But you see, pushing, I pushed my baby out in 3 pushes. Maybe that's my experience, but pushing was like the easiest part. Postpartum is another pain on its own. But here they say contraction, pushing, or after birth. I'll say contraction first, then after birth second. Even though I had help, my mom and my sister and everyone was helping me, but it was still, I don't know, it was still difficult. Then the list is pushing. Is labor pain really as bad as people say? It is. But I believe that it depends on personal experience. But is it hard? It is. Like, don't let anybody lie to you. Labor pain is not easy. And there are people that go as high as 24 hours, 12 hours, 18 hours. I was lucky to only experience it for 6 to 7 hours. If I had gone 24 hours, I'm sure I would have opted for CS. I don't think I would even be able to hold that pain for that long. So if you know you labored for a very long time, kudos to you. You really try. You're really, really strong. What was going through your mind while pushing? I was really excited to just meet my baby. I've dreamt about meeting her. So when I was pushing, I knew that finally I'm on the last lap and I'm going to be done with this very soon. So I was very, very happy when I was pushing. Did you feel instant love when you saw your baby? No. Now let me explain. It's not like I did not love my baby, but at that point in time, I wanted to rest. I was happy. If I the first thing that came out of my mouth was thank you, Jesus. Then when I saw her, I smiled, I was happy. But that deep connection that people always say, I did not experience it that moment though. It's when I was cleaned up, stitched up, I went to my room, saw her again, took pictures with her. That was when I now felt that, oh, this is my baby, because I did not experience skin to skin. I know it's a thing abroad, but here in Nigeria, it's not a thing. When they bring out the baby, highest thing they should just show me my baby's face, and then they went straight to cleaning her up. And my mom even held my baby before me, so it was not instant. It just felt I was relieved. I felt so much relief. I was happy. I was happy that my baby was fine and I was also well. Did you cry and why? I'm not really an emotional person. I can be emotional. I was happy inside and I was happy outside. But did I cry? No. And if it's about the pain of labor, no, I did not cry. I had to hold my strength. I had to reserve my energy for the real deal, which was pushing. Because I heard that a lot of people will reach 10 cm dilated, and because they could not push, they had to end up in the theater. I'm not saying cesarean section is bad, please, but I will not go through that pain and end up doing CS. You get now. How soon could you walk or sit normally? I could walk like that day, but when the medicine they gave me and the injections they gave me for while stitching me up, it expired after 1 week, and that was when I started feeling the real pain. But I could still walk, but not very much. But I could still walk. And one strange thing that happened to me while when I gave birth was that I could feel my intestines move. I don't know why, but I could feel my organs moving. I've not heard this before. So if you've experienced that, please tell me in the comment section. I would like to know what that was and why it was like that. What does postpartum bleeding actually look like? Postpartum bleeding is called lochia. So I bled for about 3 weeks blood. Then after 3 weeks, it was just like brownish, whitish, nothing much. But before, let's say 5 weeks, everything was done. By 5 weeks plus, let's say 6 weeks, the bleeding has stopped and my stitch has already healed. But it's very, very uncomfortable, to be honest. Bleeding for more than a month. But one thing I know helped me was ajumbise. I drank ajumbise well, and it helped to stop the bleeding as quick as possible. Would you go through labor knowing what you know now? Yes, I will. I don't want one child. I will do it again. I've learned some things from my first pregnancy that I would not be doing, and some things that I would also do when I get pregnant again. So I had to learn, relearn, and unlearn certain things. So if I'm going to be doing this pregnancy stuff again, definitely I'm going to be doing it again. So let me just answer one more question. I'm really exhausted. Was it worth it? Yes. See my baby, see my beautiful daughter, healthy, fine, living okay. It's totally worth it. And I'm going to do it again because I love my baby girl. She's my everything. I can do anything for my daughter. So yeah, it's 100% worth it. But do I recommend? Hmm, if you're not mentally, financially, and physically capable, no trial. And that's the end of this video. I'm going to see you guys in my next one. Bye.